Well, we've had some good progress. Um, yeah, let's just jump right in. I'll show you. So the what that I showed last time, yesterday, is working and has been enhanced. Actually, no, the what has not been enhanced, but I want to show you, let's see, FA, there, this one, father, no. I'm confused. There they are. Yes, when he's the child. I was looking for the wrong thing. Get to that in a minute. But I've gone ahead and kind of created a subset that I'm playing with, essentially of here's a family, so that I can make sure that my calls are returning correctly and everything's working. And I put some boundary nodes in there. So this person, FA6, his parents are in another repository. And here they are. Mother, boundary, true, repository, this guy. So you can go here and bounce over and see what's going on. So that was cool. The other thing is, if I go traversal right there. So if I do a traversal on him, you'll notice that there are now names for the spouses and the parents, their boundaries, so their names are not there. And then children, there's the name of the children right there. So this traversal, this family traversal, will give everything that we need for the UI in TreeHub to be able to do the demonstration. It's not necessarily a final product because it's not doing the cross repo thing. What it would do is it would see this boundary in this repo, and then it would go actually get the information and bring it back and come back in this one call. But for now, we're just going to do that from the client. We're going to scan through and say, okay, if we run into any boundaries, go get the information and bring it in after, probably asynchronously. So both parents are there, their names are null, and they're in another repository. And in that other repository, we'll get their names. So that was another cool thing. I had a little bit of a scare. Well, actually, I'll pull that up real quick. Let me show you. Trepo server. Make smaller so you can see it on your screen. About like that. Okay, and if we go to our Neo4j bootstrapper, so I was ending up with essentially a race condition where I was trying to make acquire a write lock in the underlying Neo4j database to the root node, and it would not lock. And I was like, what's going on? Why is that so? And then I noticed that if I initialize a new Blueprints vgraph, it creates the root node. And if I don't commit, that node is kind of in this weird pseudo state where it's kind of there, but it's kind of not, and it's in an open transaction. So I added a commit here, and then another commit here for safety. And this fixed all sorts of speed problems that I was running into, and just a little bit of weird behavior. It was because I had this hanging transaction that was just kind of like doo-doo-doo-doo. It was just locking things up. And I was also creating indexes, and I wasn't committing those, and it's just everything was slowing down because the indexes weren't there. I was like, what's going on? So commits are wonderful. That's in there. That was yet another thing that was kind of fun. The last thing is I'm working on kind of the repository layout diagram for the demonstration I want to do. So what I want to do is I want to have a set of repositories, and then you log in as either person A or person B, and you traverse, and you can go through and you can edit things, and you do whatever you need to do, and those edits go to the appropriate places. So what I'm thinking is we have person A, and this is kind of his private stuff, and then his public stuff here. And then we have person B with his private stuff here, and then his public stuff here. And then this blue, this is blue, this is purple. Have this purple area be an area that they both want to work on. I'm kind of thinking of putting another line here and saying they both have a copy of this repository and they're collaborating together. Maybe. I'm still trying to figure out this piece here. But what this will allow us to do is log in as person A, do stuff here, go visit his parents, and you just bounced into another repository that's owned by you. But this one's public. And then if you go here, you can bounce around in here. You can follow this boundary, and person A will have access to this because it's public, but person A will not have access to the red because it's private. So what he will see on this person right here is he will see that there is a spouse and there is a child, but he cannot see any more information other than they exist. And he will see that, oh, this repository belongs to person B, and that's it. So, and then person B will be able to log in and do the same thing, go all the way across, but he won't be able to get into the blue repository. So we have a shared area, we have a public area and a private area, and this nice little cascade where you can go back and forth and see each other and communicate and collaborate, but you have this private area that goes into this public area that goes into this shared area where you're both working because you both happen to be related. So that's what I'm working on. Today I successfully created the commit, one giant commit for this repository, and then I'll create a commit for each of these other 4 repositories. What I'm going to do for the demo, this is not a long-term plan, is I'm actually going to have 4 different Trepo servers running on port 8081, 82, 83, 84, and 85. And then I can bounce between those in the UI and commit to everything. And then on port 8086, I will have a centralized decap server running so that all the commits from all of these go to the same spot. And then in these repositories, when you're looking at things, it will say, is there anything that's happened in my repository or for my nodes and things like that, so that we can see when new commits happen and be able to filter and be able to do that collaboration thing we were talking about. I'll probably end up limiting it to this. I'll probably just limit it to this. And then if you come in here, so if person B comes in and makes a change here, I'm gesturing with my hands again, change here, person A will get a notification that there's a change and apply it to his copy of the repository as well to keep them in sync or not, depending on what happens. That's kind of the direction I'm headed with that. So, but before we do that, we've got to get this cross-repository traversal thing going. And so next week is going to be updating TreeHub to pull from that, which won't be difficult, because what it will end up doing is pulling from this traversal family. And there's the spouses, there's the parents, there's the birth event that you can grab the date and the place from. There's the death, there's no death event on this one. You can grab the name, and then his name, and then the child, any children. So this is everything I need to be able to render that traversal. And then when you click, I can call, load stuff in asynchronously, and you know, make it really nice. Not have to worry about things. So one thing I do want to add is for the spouses, I probably want to do 2 levels. Right now this is limited to 1, and I'll probably keep it that way for the demo. But eventually you want to make a 2-hop. So you take the person 2-hop, and then when you move another person in, you make a call to that one for a 2-hop, so you can keep 1 step ahead of what the user's doing. And then you cache those results into partials, and then it's all nice and smooth and snappy. So lots of good stuff happening. I'm glad to be diving back into TreeHub, see some nice visual stuff with the various repositories and bouncing across and using live data, not manufactured data. And ooh, that is so sweet. So I think that's it for today. Got my voice back. I did some singing last night, and I've got my pitch back for the lower register, and when I get high, a little higher, it's slightly off, but and I don't know why I'm telling you this. So I'll stop. Take care, have fun, go do some good.